Okay, so for today's class, we're going to be reading Romeo and Juliet, Act 1. Before we get into Act 1, there are three key terms that we're going to need to review for today. Those terms are pun, monologue, and aside. First is pun. A pun is a play on words in which a humorous effect is produced by using a word that suggests two or more meanings. A lot of times when we see a pun, it's usually in a really corny joke. So, for instance, did you hear about the guy whose whole left side was cut off? He's all right now. To write with a broken pencil is pointless. Or, my skiing skills are really going downhill. So again, these are really corny jokes, but a lot of times those employ puns, where we take words with two or more meanings. For example, did you hear about the guy whose whole left side was cut off? He's all right now. The word is, or words in this case, is all right. So we see right here, all right. In the joke, it means he's using his entire right side, but it plays on the word all right, meaning okay. Pointless, again here, broken pencil is pointless. To do something, pointless is to have no meaning, but a pencil without a point is also pointless. And again, my skiing skills are really going downhill. You ski downhill, but to say going downhill is an expression meaning it's getting worse. So puns, again, can be used for humorous purpose or to display double or multiple meanings of a word or words. So where we see some puns in Romeo and Juliet, the first example is when Mercutio begs Romeo to dance, Romeo refuses. Unlike Mercutio's shoes with nimble soles, Romeo says that he has a soul of lead. So the play on words here, the pun, is on the word souls. It's implying both meanings of the word soul. S-O-L-E-S is like the soles of your shoes, and to have nimble soles means to have quick feet, to be a good dancer. So if you have nimble soles, you're a good dancer. Romeo says he has a soul of lead, meaning his soul, S-O-U-L, his spirit, is heavy. So he's implying that he's sad, and sad people don't dance. The second example is at one point Romeo asks for a torch, saying, "Being heavy, I will bear the light." So when he says, here we play with the words light and heavy. He says being heavy, he means sad. I will bear the light. The torch is also heavy. So there it's the idea of light versus heavy. And the third, one of the cleverest and most morbid puns, comes from a joke from a fatally stabbed Mercutio, who stops joking to explain that tomorrow you shall find me a grave man. Grave means serious, but here it also refers to his certain death. So again, to say that you're being grave or acting gravely means that you're being very serious, but what he means is he stops his joking and says, "You'll find me a grave man," meaning I'll be more serious than my normal joking self, but also dead in a grave. So that covers puns. Next is aside. An aside refers to words spoken by actors directly to the audience, which are not heard by any other characters on stage during a play. This is sometimes referred to as breaking the fourth wall. So what that means is, if you think of a stage, you think of the three sides, both the left and right side of the stage and the back, as having walls. The fourth wall would be the wall that comes up at the front of the stage between the actors and the audience. They refer to that as the fourth wall. When they break the fourth wall, or when actors break the fourth wall, they directly address the audience or pull the audience into the play somehow. This can be done with an aside, when an actor will turn to the audience and say something to them not heard by the other characters. There's actually, they use this in movies as well, and here is an aside from a movie. Can you spot it? Thank you.
Can we please get the hell out of here? This place gives me the creeps. Why don't you tell me to come to it?
Hello, may I help you?
You can sure as hell try. Hi, I'm Abe Froman. Party of 3 for 12. Is there a problem?
You're Abe Froman.
That's right. I'm Abe Froman.
The Sausage King of Chicago.
Yeah, that's me.
Listen, young man, entre nous, I'm very busy here. Why don't you take the kids and go back to the clubhouse?
Are you suggesting that I'm not who I say I am?
I'm suggesting that you leave before I have to get snooty.
Snooty?
Snotty.
Snotty?
Okay, Abe, let's go.
No, I'm not going anywhere. No, we like to be seated.
Listen, young man, either you take the field trip outside or I'm going to have to call the police.
You're going to call the police on me?
Yes.
Fine. As a matter of fact, I'll call them myself.
Yes. Call the police. This'll be a hoot. Here, give me the phone. I have another call.
Huh.
I've had enough of this horsing around. Give me the phone back.
You touch me, I yell rat. There's another phone around here somewhere. Find it.
Wonderful. I weep for the future.
Okay, Ferris, could we just let it go, please?
Ferris, please. Can't too far. You get busted.
A, you can never go too far. B, if I'm gonna get busted, it is not gonna be by a guy like that. Come on, Abe. Ask for Abe Froman.
C'est qui, bonjour.
May I speak to Abe Froman? The Sausage King of Chicago?
Abe Froman? Let me check the restaurant. Could you describe him for me, please?
Leather jacket? White t-shirt, sweater vest. It's devastatingly handsome.
Hold on one moment.
Yes, thank you.
Mr. Froman, this is Sergeant Peterson, Chicago Police.
Okay, so if you look back, can you spot where there's an aside? Hopefully you saw it right around here when the character Ferris turns to the screen
You get busted.
and talks to us.
A, you can never go too far. B, if I'm gonna get busted, it is not gonna be by a guy like that. Come on, Abe.
And notice
Ask
how
for Abe Froman.
his
C'est qui,
friends
bonjour.
don't seem to notice that he's turned and talked to the audience or said anything to us. So that would be an aside. Last is monologue. A monologue is a dramatic speech made by one character to at least one other character. Usually used to express strong thoughts or feelings of one character to another character. Something like advice, feelings of love or hate, or powerful commands. So this is when a character gives a speech to another character or a group of characters. Here is an example of a monologue from a movie called The Pursuit of Happiness.
All right, then we're gonna go sell a bone density scanner. How about that? Want to do that?
No. Hey, Dad, I'm going pro. I'm going pro.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know. You'll probably be about as good as I was. That's kind of the way it works, and I was below average. So you'll probably ultimately rank somewhere around there, so really, you'll excel at a lot of things, just not this. I don't want you out here shooting this ball around all day and night, all right? Okay? Not good. Hey. Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. Not even me. All right? You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it. Period.
Dad.
Okay, so there we see a good example of monologue. Will Smith is giving a speech to his son, trying to tell him not to doubt himself, or if he wants something, he just has to work hard to go get it. To spot a monologue in Romeo and Juliet, make sure that you do two things. One, you recognize that a character is talking to other characters on the stage, and two, note that he or she is giving a longer speech, so it should take up multiple lines and should have a very strong meaning to it, whether it be advice, feelings of love or hate, or powerful commands. All right, and that's it. So, we will use those terms to help us to understand Act 1 of Romeo and Juliet.